The Bible reading this morning is taken from the book of Isaiah. It will be delivered by Monique Champion from Emmanuel College, Adelaide, Matthew Catterall from St Bernard's College, Melbourne, whose great-grandfather served in the First World War, and Thomas Joyner from Scotch College in Perth.
Do you not know? Have you not heard? Has it not been told to you from the beginning? Have you not understood since the earth was founded? He sits enthroned above the circle of the earth, and its people are like grasshoppers. He stretches out the heavens like a canopy, and spreads them out like a tent to live in. He brings princes to naught, and reduces the rulers of this world to nothing. No sooner are they planted, no sooner are they sown. No sooner do they take root in the ground, than he blows on them and they wither, and a whirlwind sweeps them away like a chaff.
To whom will you compare me? Or who is my equal, says the Holy One? Lift up your eyes and look to the heavens. Who created all these? He who brings out the starry host, one by one, and calls forth each of them by name. Because of his great power and mighty strength, not one of them is missing. Why do you complain, Jacob? Why do you say, Israel? My way is hidden from the Lord. My cause is disregarded by my God.
Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint.
Thank you, Monique, Matthew and Thomas. The first commemorative address will now be delivered by Australia's Minister for Foreign Affairs, the Honourable Kevin Rudd, MP.
We come to this place as pilgrims. We come in the silence of the night. And now we gather in the stillness of the dawn. Quietly, reverently, treading tenderly on this most sacred soil, among those who sleep here still. Their tombstones, silent sentinels of a war-long past, but whose sacrifice stands as raw and as real for us as if it happened yesterday. We come also as pilgrims from a distant land. In fact, a land further from this place than most other places on God's earth. We come here proudly, as sons and daughters of the New World. Yet a new world, that now rests respectfully in the embrace of an ancient land, the land of the Dreamtime. We come here proudly as sons and daughters of the Southern Cross. We come here proudly as Australians. We are a people for whom our belief in freedom and a fair go is etched deep into our soul. a belief that has never been constrained by the limitations of our geography, a belief that the values of freedom and fairness are instead common to all humankind, values that are worth fighting for, values for when there is no alternative, that are worth dying for. As those who lie here in Villers-Bretonneux and the 100,000 like them who lie in foreign fields across the world have demonstrated by their valour over the course of a century. For these are the virtues and the values of a strong Australia, proud of its history, confident of its future, resilient in its moral compass, expansive in its national imagination, our sleeves always rolled up in the discharge of our responsibilities to the world. For those who doubt the significance of what happened here in these now beautiful fields of northern France, let us for a moment close our eyes and imagine with our mind's eye what unfolded here at this hour, this day, 93 years ago, Anzac Day, 1918. For we are standing at the front, separating two grand armies, 192 German divisions, facing 156 Allied divisions, straddling a line of 800 kilometres from the Belgian coast to the Swiss Alps. And here, at Villers-Bretonneux, the River Somme itself lies barely 2 or 3 kilometres to our north, the region that saw so much bloodshed in 1916. Amiens lies 15 kilometres to our west, a critical railhead for all northern France, the last remaining barrier to reaching the Atlantic coast, and the ability, therefore, to split the British and French armies into two. And to the east, the massive Hindenburg Line, barely 50 kilometres away. Villers-Bretonneux and the cities, towns and villages of Picardy was therefore no ordinary theatre of war. Success or failure here was not just of tactical significance. It was of strategic significance for the future of a war that had already been waged for 4 long years and had already yielded unspeakable carnage. So it was in this strategic corner of France that the Australian Army Corps, at one time making up just short of 1/10 of the entire British Expeditionary Force, found itself deployed in the desperate middle months of 1918. Australians, therefore, were not simply bit players in the great drama that unfolded here, a drama that helped shape the outcome of the war. Together with the British, the French, the Canadians, the Indians, the South Africans, the New Zealanders, and the Americans, we were critical to that outcome. There were, in fact, many great battles fought here in 1918. Actions that form part of the great German offensive of March of that year, when Germany sought to push the British Army into the sea. And where the German occupation of Villers-Bretonneux was finally repelled by Australian forces fighting house to house with bayonets fixed throughout the day of the 25th of April, the 3rd anniversary of Anzac. And later, the actions that form part of the massive Allied counter-offensive of 8 August 1918, spearheaded by Canadian and Australian Army Corps under Monash, launched from Villers-Bretonneux and nearby Dernancourt, culminating less than 2 months later in the breaking of the Hindenburg Line following a 60-kilometre advance. Let us, friends, therefore be clear. The Australians, in partnership with our allies,